Good day, everybody. How's everybody doing? TGIT, thank God it's Tuesday. This is lesson 2, fast track lesson 2. We're going to talk about today in lesson 2, our food categories. And as well, we're going to talk about manifestation of your ideal weight. So we're going to talk about that, help you get your mind around what's actually going on as it relates to weight loss and wellness so that you can be aware and you can make better decisions and talk yourself into it and not out of it. Aha, Lindsay, everybody see? Lindsay just had GC Control cherry recipe. I'm glad that you liked it. We're gonna really blow torch some fat this August. Everyone that wanted to do the August challenge with me, I have posted that on my Travis Martin profile. So you can click the link. Got 3 challenges going on to meet every need. Howdy, everybody. We're about to get started. I'm just getting my assistance here. Hello, Aaron. Hello, everybody. Aha, Bryant spun the wheel and got the same meals back to back. You gonna do it? You got the, do you have the discipline? Fantastic. Okay, let me just reinforce why we're here. It doesn't mean we can't get a little off topic, but we got to stay the course. We have a few people going through Fast Track for the first time. Do I have any new members here? You're brand new, or this is your second visit because you came yesterday to lesson 1? Any new folks? All right, good to have you. Tracy Harden is with us. Everybody welcome Tracy. Way to go, Patricia Hurt. Day 1 on the lockdown, down 1.6. Isn't that amazing? Stephanie Ashley, good to have you. Deb York from 2018, awesome. So just real quick before we get deep into our lesson 2, we do want to say a little shameless plug. Cheers. Happy juice. Collagen boost. Can't beat it. Also making sure, I'm going to keep preaching it till I get you. Peak performance. It is making a difference. This is my wife's. Most of my audience members are women, but she's loving the women's. I take the brain health one, has everything that you need to fill in those nutrient deficiencies so that you can efficiently burn fat. So please understand that if you want to go all the way with your wellness program, you want a rebirth of sorts, you've got to have the faith. You've got to understand nutrition. Those 2 things alone will get you looking good in your clothes. And then if you want to go the extra mile, how many of you want to look good naked? Raise your hand. If you'll lie about that, you'll lie about other things too. Shirley's got her hand up. So then we add exercise and we add supplementation. If you want to be a part of a great challenge this month, we're all doing a lot of walking. Those of us that are able, you can go to my profile and you can click that one of the last posts I did late last night, as promised. I put forth a 30-day challenge where you can lose 30 pounds if you do everything like it's spelled out. People have been asking for something very simplified and watered down. So I gave a Shibboleth diet, a D-I-E-T. Hey, Arlen, I gave a diet. Now, when we get done with that diet, we need to fall back into our lifestyle. If you don't know the Shibboleth lifestyle, you just gain the weight back. But you could do the diet, take massive action, and get some amazing results. But we're also walking. There's a group of us that have decided we are not going to have a single holiday in August. And we're going to eat from the meal plan that will help us lose 30 pounds in 30 days. And we are going to get in 500,000 steps in August. Does anybody want to join us? Then click that link on my profile. In fact, Tammy may be able to find it and send it. If she goes to my profile, she can find those class notes that I did late last night because I promised I would do it. So we've got the 1 week challenge. Hey, Nicole, peak performance, peak performance. We've got the 1 week challenge, the 3-day lockdown, and an August challenge. Now that's enough. Don't y'all think? How about giving Travis a round of applause? That's enough. That's enough challenges. That's something for everybody. Sometimes I got to pat myself on the back. Now, everybody say, by the way, how much did I charge for those 3 challenges? Yes, pat myself on the back. How much did I charge? Nothing. Do it because we love you. We want you to be successful. So please give me your best effort. Do your best with it. That challenge I posted last night, it's so simple. The meal plan is clear, direct, to the point, and we walk. And in 30 days, we will have taken massive, massive action. Hey, way to go, Nicole. Welcome to the team. Nicole's a part of the wellness company now. Awesome. Tammy just gave a link there. Thanks, Tammy. Sasha is not coming today. It doesn't look like. Tammy, do you know? She's busy, so it's okay. But anyways, we got challenges going on. Today is Fast Track Lesson 2. This is what I thrive on teaching because the Fast Track is the lifestyle. This is how we live our life. This is what will change our life. And I hope you'll go through Fast Track more than just this one time. How many of you've learned additional things going through it a second, even a third time? Anybody ever learned anything new going through it again? It's hard to absorb it all in the first go. You'll absorb enough to change your life, but it's hard to get it all in the first go at it. So we start these at the beginning of each week. Are y'all liking that new way of doing things? We start Fast Track at the beginning of each week for any willing and wanting heart, and we go through it, and we help you master Fast Track. On Thursday, we'll all together go through the test, take the test, pass the test, and earn the badge. I meet live in the morning, and I meet live in the evening. Now, we do have a small support team that I think is better than most big companies, but we are small group. So if you're not getting your question answered, Johnny, on the spot, try the members only group. You can often get an answer there, but also don't forget, the reason that I go live twice a day is to make sure that if somebody has sent me, I get at least, gosh, y'all, 400 or 500 emails a day. There's no way. So I do these live twice a day because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm not invested in helping every individual without respect to person. So please don't get mad. Just come to one of the live classes if you need your question answered. Okay. Today, we're going to be talking about food categories. We built our lesson yesterday based upon the type days. Do y'all remember that? Let's do a quick quiz. True or false? If I just lick the cheese dust off a Dorito, that's no big deal. That's a mindset thing. You're right. That's false. That is false. True or false? If I strictly adhere to this easy to follow program, I can lose 10% of my body weight in less than 30 days. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. True or false? In order to do this program and have a perfect day, I will have to consume at least a gallon of water. That is false. You only need a half a gallon of water. True or false? If I elevate my blood sugar, my pancreas releases the fat bus. And one of the unintended consequences of the fat bus too often is premature death. True or false? These three things take place when you dispatch the fat bus. Appetite goes up, fat storage takes place for up to 2 days after that episode efficiently, and you stop burning fat. True. So these are the kind of things that we're learning that will help us be able to make better decisions, especially as we get into food categories today. We talked about yesterday having a strong why. Your why has to be greater than temptation for you to be successful. Folks that are trying to lose weight, they often measure the value of their efforts on a little thing called the scales. How many of you have allowed the scales to cause you to quit some weight loss program in the past? You got on them and you quit because you didn't see what you wanted to see. So the scales are in something that we call reality. Now, this is good, so please stay with me. It's life-changing stuff. The scales, and this principle can be applied broadly in other areas of your life. Took me a long time, and I'm still trying. I know it now, but I got to work harder on practicing it. Your reality, the number on the scales, your reality is never going to support you. Never. Now, I want you to digest that for a minute. When it comes to weight loss, your reality is never going to support you. I can prove it to y'all. You come sit with me in the office for one day, and you'll realize that people's reality never supports them. The scales aren't going to tell them what they want to see. People are not going to support them like they feel is necessary. Your bank account is not going to support you. Your reality is never going to support your weight loss efforts. The time that you have, y'all with me? Need a paradigm shift. Your reality has never supported you and will never support you. If you have found support in your reality, what the scales say, it's because you are supporting your reality. You're the master. You're in charge. You are not a victim of circumstance. One person gets on the scales and the scales show a increase and they think that's okay. I've already lost 15 pounds and I know that's just water weight. And if I stick with the program, I can already visualize myself at my healthiest and happiest. Are y'all with me? The other person says, I knew this wasn't going to work after they've lost a lot of weight. They have 1 week where they put forth effort and the scales don't reward them. And they're ready to quit. Your reality will never support you. You have to support the reality that you want to have. If you're not feeling loved, that's what you're going to find. If you're not feeling supported, if you're feeling like your program isn't working or you're fearful that it's not working, that's what you're going to find. You will find evidence to back up that claim because it's you supporting your reality. Am I making sense? To someone, am I making sense? You have to support the reality that you want to have. So when I was over 300 pounds, it took me a while. Y'all bear with me. We've got young people staying with us in transition, and they are making a lot of racket. Are you old heads finding this to be a problem too? Y'all. Oh, I know. It was just me. Y'all know what I mean? My brain's getting old. All right. So how do we change that? So when I was over 300 pounds, I needed to eat like a 200-pound man. Are y'all with me? I couldn't wait until I was 200 pounds to start eating like a 200-pound man. Someone was asking yesterday, how can you expect a 300-pound person to eat 1,600 calories and not starve to death? The only thing starving to death is the part of you that you want to go. Fat does not need nutritional support, not excess fat. Lean living tissue, your higher self, your authentic self, your real self. So why not start early on, as long as we're getting enough protein and controlling insulin? Why not start early on developing the habits that you're going to have to engage with to maintain your ideal weight? How many times have y'all seen this happen in your journey where you hit a plateau? You were losing weight good. Maybe you were off on the, you were being a little more liberal than you should have been, but it was good because you were losing weight fast. And then that's what that became your new habit. And then you hit a plateau and thought that it quit working. So what worked for me was at 300 pounds, deciding I'm going to go ahead and eat like the person that I am. Does that make sense? You've got to call things that do not exist. You've got to call them out forth and forward as though they already exist. You have to support the reality that you want to have. If we're always sick and tired, we're always broke, is anything ever going to change? So we have to write down our vision. The Bible teaches us to write our vision down plainly, doesn't it? I really hope that you'll use the vision tracker. I hope that you'll use my vision for my life worksheet, and you'll get a real crystal clear vision that you're willing to take action on and create. I want you to start supporting that reality that you want to exist in, rather than looking for reality to support you. Any questions about that before we move forward? Brian, I'm reading your message now. Yes, that would be fine. Yes, I think you'll be fine. Sorry you're going through that. Teresa, I don't understand how to plug in lockdown meals as the alternate for today and tomorrow. Tammy, could you help Teresa Hatcher, please? You might have to get with Sasha on Teresa Hatcher's question. So I can stay with it. We've switched up, y'all, a little bit, that we're focusing on fast track, but Teresa will get you the help. Okay, now we're going to talk about, if nobody has any questions, we're going to talk about food categories. We talked about perfect days and holidays, and there's no such thing as an okay day. We don't do that here. We get 6 holidays per month to eat whatever we want and still lose weight, as long as our other days are perfect days. Now, everybody here has access to our free fast track course, which is an award-winning course, thousands of dollars of value. You should use it. I'm going to go into Kim Dankey's fast track. And I click the fast track tab. So today, what we're talking about is our food categories. Now, so that we have a successful conclusion Thursday, I want you to go ahead and start hearting these foods that you like. So you won't like all of these. Where I like Crowder peas, somebody probably doesn't. So we want to make our journey specific to us. So I want you to heart all the foods in the beginner library that you like. Now, this is an abridged version. This does not contain all of the variety. It's very abridged, but it's plenty of variety to get started or even lose all the weight you want to lose. So we first start with 7 categories whereby we categorize all whole foods. We categorize them all. We have category 1, lean protein. Category 2, fibrous carbs. Category 3, energy carbs. Category 4, protein plus fat. Category 5, fruit. Category 6, superfood. Category 7, shellfish. And then we have our condiments. Then there's some other fun stuff down here. But we're going to focus our time in fast track learning how to eat the right way. So I'm going to take it to the board now. Make sure you're going through Kim's fast track videos to supplement what I'm teaching in here. Today, we're going to talk about category 1s and 2s to begin with. Category 1 is lean protein. Category 2 is fibrous carbohydrate. Now, above lean protein, I'm going to go ahead and write category 7. Shellfish. Shellfish, category 7 shellfish, and category 1 lean protein, everything that I say about those 2 categories is interchangeable. They're the same. They basically break down the same in our body. The only reason years ago I took shellfish out of category 1 was I had more and more people telling me I'm not going to do the program because, especially when we got out of the South, the Southeast, I'm not going to do shellfish. It's against my religion. Or there are some people allergic to it. So because they looked at that and seen that, they go, I can't do it. You've got shrimp on there. So we just moved it out of there so that we could teach people just disregard it. Okay, disregard it. It's a mental thing. Disregard it. You don't have to have it. But for the purpose of this class, they work the same. Every good thing that I say about lean protein holds true for shellfish. Okay? And all shellfish goes in that category. What are some examples of category 1 without you looking at the food library? What are some examples of things that go in that category? Chicken breast. Good. pork tenderloin, egg whites, fat-free Fairlife, milk. I'm going to put fat-free Fairlife milk. By the way, do not consume skim milk unless it's in a recipe where we've made sure it's got the right nutrients attached to it. Skim milk and whole milk is terrible for you. Inflammatory, full of sugar and fat. Whole milk is. Fat-free milk typically is nothing but sugar. But fat-free Fairlife milk and Kroger Carmaster milk allow us to have our milk and still lose weight. Turkey breast, %96%. That's my favorite, Becky. I'd rather have lean ground beef than a steak. I'm a weirdo. 96% lean ground meat of any type. Yes. Lynn Lobus asked, what is my favorite milk for smoothies? I'd have to see your recipe. Smoothie to me means no, 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 unless it's the right recipe. So I'd have to see your recipe. And whatever smoothie recipe you have, we can fix it. We can fix it and cause it to, it'll taste great and allow you to lose body fat. But I have to see the recipe. Smoothies are death for a dieter, typically, unless we change out the ingredients list. So 96% lean ground meat, fat-free cheese, Greek plain yogurt, 97% lean Hebrew National Franks. And that ain't the only Frank that's approved. Now, we've got a big library that's got way more stuff in it. But this is for the purpose of teaching a beginner class. So sometimes our experienced members will go, tell them this, tell them this. I can't tell them everything, right? We'll run them off, we'll lose them. You and I, we've been together so long, some of you experienced members don't know how much you know now. I mean, you would intimidate some nutritionists. So we want them to get through fast track and then go to journey, right? What we're trying to do here is paint a picture of the variety and the types of foods that go in the lean protein. Now, by the way, shellfish, shrimp, crab, scallops, oysters, mussels, all shellfish, escargot goes in category 7. Now, let's talk. Now, I've been talking a bit. My voice can wear on people, I'm afraid. Listen just for a minute. Do I have your attention? I want you to understand the beauty of these foods. Number one, when you consume a lean protein that's not pre-digested, it's not pre-digested, like low-fat cottage cheese, chicken breast, turkey breast, fish. We didn't even put fish up there. That's the best one. Fish. Everybody say this with me. Gut be gone and butt be gone. These lean proteins have nothing. They're loaded with essential amino acids that preserve muscle. As well, when we consume them, our body has to increase blood flow substantially to the digestive system to break those foods down, to extract those amino acids, to extract those nutrients. And they put the brakes on the fat bus. So if you find some in this category that you like, you have found exercise on a plate. You're literally expending energy just through the digestion of these foods. Isn't that amazing? Now, we're shutting down the fat bus. We're expending energy. There is something that can happen, though, that will cause these to move from this category and move over to category 4, protein plus fat, turns them into a fatty protein. Does anybody know what that is? What is cooked into it, Susan? Very, very good. So let's talk for a minute about at home, our approved cooking oils that will not alter the category that these foods are in. Does anybody know what the approved cooking oils or fats are? MCT oil, medium chain triglyceride, ghee butter, cow ghee, not plant ghee. Plant ghee is deadly long term. They shouldn't sell it. It should be made illegal. Pam cooking spray, coconut oil. There's one more. One more. Hemp oil. All of these have a substantial amount of medium chain triglycerides. So let's talk about that for a minute. Tri means 3. Glyceride means fat, right? So we've got 3 fatty acids bound together. Typically, olive oil, vegetable oil, these types of fats, let's compare them to a long candle wick. They're easily trapped inside of the cell. So we store them much more readily than we do an MCT fat, which is so small, it dissipates its heat and goes right through the cell. If you ever cook with MCT oil and you cook it on too high of a temperature, you'll see it gone because it's heat stable. And when we cook our foods, if we're going to cook our foods in a fat, in these, it won't alter the category. Our awesome MCT oil has less propensity to be stored as fat than even chicken breast. It's crazy how quick the body uses it as energy so that it can't be stored. If you cook at home in any of these, you don't have to alter the foods in this category. I have a question. Is regular vegetable oil approved on our program? Yes or no? Vegetable oil. Is canola oil approved? On a perfect day, is canola oil approved? Yes, it is. Olive oil is approved. Vegetable oil is approved. Always has been. Canola oil is approved. Butter's approved. It's all sunflower oil. It's all approved. How many of you knew that I walked them into a trap? No, it's approved on a perfect day too, Patricia. How many of y'all knew that Margot, did you know I walked them into a trap? Margot knew. Now, no, not only 50 calories, it's approved. Should you ever eat or consume it? No. But is that what most Americans utilize in the kitchen? Yes. But when we use any of those oils, any that are not this, we change it to a category 4 protein plus fat. Now, there's some things that go here that have protein but also have fat, like whole eggs, steak, pork, baby back ribs, chicken wings, full-fat cottage cheese, and there's many others. The reason we move them to this category, we need to know that they have a high amount of fat in them, right? Long-chain triglycerides. Those long-chain triglycerides, did y'all hear that earlier? They're stored very easily. What would happen if I ate a steak and a potato? Does the potato elevate my blood sugar? Does my pancreas release insulin? Or if I'm a diabetic, I have to have some exogenous insulin? So now I've got the fat bus, and it's going to pick up that fat and easily, readily store it in my fat cells. So the reason we categorize food, we don't want to have carbohydrate or fruit on a perfect day with these fattier foods. So if I take these good oils and I cook them into my lean proteins, if I make my scampi with ghee butter, if I saute some chicken and mushrooms and broccoli in MCT oil or whatever, I'm not getting any change up. I don't have to change this category. But if I cook them in olive oil, vegetable oil, or whatnot, they become a category 4. Does that make sense? Because I've altered them, I've cooked into them long-chain triglycerides. Then these, when those other, it's not that you can't have them, but are you going to want a carbohydrate with them? This radically changed my life and allowed me to melt. The body fat just fell off because I started understanding food combining. Now, when I go to a restaurant, are they cooking in MCT oil? No. They're cooking in olive oil or butter or vegetable oil or canola oil. So when we're at a restaurant, if we're trying to have a holiday, we're having date night. Can I have steak and potato? Yeah, you earned it. You earned the right. You earned those holidays, girl. Enjoy it. But get back on the program. If I'm trying to have a perfect day, can I do the following? Can I go to the Mexican restaurant and get grilled chicken, some rice, and some broccoli? Can't do that, can you? What are they cooking that grilled chicken in? Correct. So if we're trying to have a perfect day at a restaurant, how would I order my steak? What could I have with my steak if I wanted steak at a restaurant and I wanted to have a perfect day? Steak and salad, steak and broccoli. That's what food combinations teaches us. What if I wanted potato at a restaurant on a perfect day? Could I do that during the weight loss phase if it's not a holiday? No. They're going to slip in on you some oil. You can't do it, Teresa. They're going to slip in oil. It's when we go to a restaurant, it's best to have a category 1+2, a 7+2, a 4+2, nothing else, because they're cooking in those bad fats. Does that make sense to everyone? If you want to have a perfect day at a restaurant, you need to avoid carbohydrate and fruit unless it's time for a holiday. Can you fry vegetables in that oil? Deborah asked. You can you can fry vegetables in any oil that you want to, but if it's not one of these oils, you could not have any complex carbs or fruit. Does that make sense, Deborah? It changes it to a 4. So anything that has those other oils cooked into it, or you suspect that it does, just remember, you can have anything on that plate except for category 3 and category 5. So no carbohydrate and no fruit when something might be cooked in one of those other oils other than these. Now, I don't mind spending some time here because I see a lot of people hit plateaus over this little bitty fact of our program. Does everybody have a clear understanding of how the wrong oils makes everything? When you have the wrong oil, you should see a big number 4 floating over the plate. It's like a cat. Now, those of you that are new, when we get to the combination chart, you'll see what we're doing here. Any questions about that? Anything, Miss Deborah, that has those oils cooked into them become a 4. Anything, doesn't matter what it is. That's why at restaurants we say you can have a 1 and 2, 4 and 2, or 7 and 2, and nothing else on a perfect day. You get holidays. Next, category 2. Category 2. Yeah, if you're frying your vegetables in MCT, you got no problem. We've got broccoli. We've got asparagus. We've got cauliflower. We've got green beans, leafy greens, cabbage and Brussels, okra, squash. You've even got category 2 breads. So I'm going to write this down. There's more than 100 category 2 breads and tortillas. Let me pull up the combination chart to go along with this because we may have somebody new. So I'm going to go to the dashboard, fast track. The quickest place to find it is you have your fastest combination chart. That's not the one I want. Your simple phase 1 combinations. There's more than 20 combinations. This is the simple chart to keep things simple, okay? So today we're talking about category 1s and 2s and 4s and 2s, 7s and 2s. So when I'm talking about combinations, if you're new, all we're doing is using the food library. Like if I'm craving a potato, all I have to do is look up a potato. It doesn't take long to memorize it. What category? I'll show you. What category is a potato, everybody? Category 3. So then we just look and see, how can I have a potato? What has to go with that? With these rules I'm teaching in mind. So today we're talking about 1 and 2, 4 and 2, and 7 and 2. We're not talking about carbs and fruit yet. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Your fibrous carb even includes breads. Your category, your lean proteins and your fibrous carb, your 1 and 2 and your 7 and 2 puts the brakes on the fat bus. puts the brakes on the fat bus. If you don't overeat and you have a 1 and a 2 with a potato, or I have an approved hot dog with a 1 and a 2, I have an approved hot dog and watermelon at a cookout, I'm good. I'm going to neutralize that insulin impact, because remember when I told you that chicken breast required a lot of blood flow to the digestive system? I mean, your body can't process it quick. It takes a lot of energy. So when we pair these things with carbohydrate, it slows everything down so that we don't get that big insulin spike. Does that make sense? Now, if we don't have carbohydrate and fruit at all, we've got exercise on a plate. So if I have, for example, if I have chicken breast and broccoli on a portion plate, we can have a lot more than that, but let's just say that, let's visualize my metabolism, and here's fat, and here's my gear stick, and I'm in a calorie deficit, and I'm following Shibboleth. After 2 days, my metabolism has shifted, and I am burning body fat. I am burning the body fat like no tomorrow, right? Then I eat, and I have another 1 and 2. Let's say I had some egg whites and spinach. So I eat that, and my body's burning fat, and I'm in a calorie deficit. My body goes, wait a minute. I've got to keep using the energy stored in fat to just digest this meal, because I didn't give my body any carbs. Are y'all with me? So I never even leave fat burning mode. Now, if I have something that's got carbohydrate in it and I do it the Shibboleth way, I will pull out of fat burning long enough to utilize the carbs, and then my body will go right back into fat burning. That's why we say red column, yellow column, blue column, still good weight loss, but you'll come out of fat burning mode long enough to utilize the carbs, and then you'll go back into efficient fat burning mode. If you're just having 1s and 2s, 4s and 2s, excuse me, not the 1s and 2s, 7s and 2s, you won't even leave fat burning. Somebody ought to shout, exercise on a plate. You're literally eating and burning fat. It's been a while back. Some lady said, you lied about that. You lied about that. I ate chicken breast and green beans, and I went and got on the scales, and my weight was up. I said, well, of course it was. You ate the weight of the food. That doesn't mean that you're not burning fat. Your body has to utilize the stored energy, 3,500 calories stored in a pound of fat, to just break down the food, because you've been operating in a calorie deficit and you've been controlling insulin. So, combinations before we go today. I can have a 1 and a 2. I can have a 4 and a 2. I can have a 7 and a 2. I follow the Shibboleth shield that we taught you in day 1. Now let's think about this. True or false? I could have shrimp scampi in ghee butter and broccoli, and I could soak up the butter in the broccoli and eat it. True or false? Very true. Very true. I could have shrimp scampi, ghee butter, broccoli, and the right portion of a potato. True or false? True. Which would be better? Which one would be better for weight loss? Shrimp, broccoli, long grain brown rice? Is that allowed? Shrimp, broccoli, long grain brown rice, shrimp, and MCT oil. That's right. We hadn't even got there yet. Good job. But y'all know that's a 7-2-3. Which one would be better? That, shrimp, broccoli, MCT oil, long grain brown rice, or shrimp, broccoli, and rice cauliflower? The rice cauliflower, because we'll get less insulin. Do you see? Less insulin equal faster weight loss and a longer life. Next, can I have whole eggs, grits? Can I have a whole egg omelet with spinach and grits? Can't have. What category are grits? Category 3. Could I have an egg white omelet cooked in pan with spinach and have a package of instant cheese grits? Could I have boar's head maple glazed ham, lettuce, tomato on healthy life bread? Yes. Could I have a category 2 approved tortilla with 96% lean ground beef, a little bit of tomato sauce and fat-free cheese, and can I make me a burrito? Yep. Could I have chicken wings and some French fries on a portion plate on a perfect day? No. Could I have a 96% lean ground hamburger patty, some green beans, and some French fries on a portion plate? If I cook the French fries in MCT oil? Yes. Can I have any Shibboleth approved recipe on a perfect day? True or false? There are thousands of Shibboleth approved recipes. True or false? We call category 4 exercise on a plate. True or false? We call broccoli exercise on a stalk. All right. Any questions for me? Did you learn anything today? Did you have fun? It's lesson 2. Don't forget to use your link and invite people to next week's series. We'll be going through Fast Track again. We'll take a new group through Fast Track every week. Is this helping anybody? Genuinely helping you? Getting a better understanding? Who, by show of hands, is actually getting a little better understanding having these versus me confusing you to death? Can you see the benefits in this world that we live in and all the noise and chaos? Can you see why, even if you know Fast Track, we need to keep it top of conscious? I'm reading all the comments. Thank y'all. Please invite people. You know, just like the wellness company is a Christian company and needs our support, Shibboleth needs your support. It's easy to do business with people that market to you all day and keep their name. But Shibboleth is a beautiful mission with beautiful people living in it. We're trying to exist in a day and time where we're not preferred. So share Shibboleth, please. It's free. Everything that they need to lose weight and keep it off is free. And we do want to thank our partners right now for becoming a partner. And we hope you're enjoying the things that we do for you because you're keeping it alive. Any questions or comments before we go today, y'all? We will do this again, this same lesson tonight at 8. Try to catch those that can't make the early session. If you're needing more momentum and a focus, there's several challenges going on. We just put another one out there on our Facebook profile, 30 days in August. Limited menu, but delicious menu. Walking, lose 30 pounds in 30 days. All right. Hey, Brenda. It was good to connect with everybody. By the way, do we have some of our, before I go, I can't hardly tell because I know almost every name here that I see. Do we have any new folks that this was your first or second class and you're going to get through the material with us and earn your fast track badge Thursday? That's what drives me, seeing people earn that fast track badge for the first time. Awesome. Awesome. Check my Q&A. All right. They keep and giving me aloe vera water to drink. It's sugar-free, but is it any benefit? Yes. Aloe vera, as long as you don't get the ones that come with sugar surrounding it, is really good for digestion and regularity. When will the Fast Track Challenge start after Thursday's test to get that badge? Next Monday. We start a new group each Monday. If I'm understanding your question. So Sasha and I are restructuring the company Monday through Thursday, teaching, supporting, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, recording new content. We're going to have to restructure. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is when we get the education and the support. Then the weekend is when we're behind the scenes trying to get everything ready for the next week. Good to have you, Erica. Yes, as you go through Fast Track, Stephanie, did you see the food library where I showed everybody how to heart stuff? You want to start hearting that? You can start putting your grocery list together now. We even have a grocery list feature where you can add foods from the food library to the grocery list. So you want to start hearting and identifying foods that you'll eat and that you love before Thursday. But hopefully you'll leave Thursday with a good understanding. You'll go to the grocery store and get prepared for the next week. Coach Mode says only one extra. Is it okay to use both the pre and post actives around working out? Yeah, because those are really a freebie. They're not really an extra. Those are supplements you're talking about. You can do pre-active before your workout and always do post-active after your workout. It's really a freebie. It's not, there's no substantial calories in there for us to worry about. I think the post-workout one is more important if you're lifting weights than the pre-active because that's where you get your creatine. All right, everybody. Thank you, Tammy. Thank y'all. God bless you. Let us know if you need anything. Everybody start taking their peak performance. You will notice and see a difference. How many of you have already noticing a difference from taking collagen boost? Pain level better. It's been great for us. Which is the best for protein shakes? Beverly UMP is the best protein on the market. Beverly UMP. It's the best. When it comes to weight loss and meal replacement shakes, my GC control recipes and my Attain Crave Blocker recipes are the best for weight loss. Outstanding. Appetite control technology, blood sugar control technology, and with my recipes, we make them delicious. They're working on putting the recipes in the library. Yes, and all of those shakes are in the library. They're already added. Now we're working on putting all those great recipes that I've tried, and I love them. I love making me an Oreo blast. Anybody else? All right. Thank y'all for coming to class today, and we'll see you at the next one.